Okay, hello, it's me, James, and I am here with Rick and Dan. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
And we are here to check out Jayson Lucero's Necro War format, which is all about zombies, basically. We've got a slightly adjusted rule set to the regular game. I won't go into details. You can check out the video, which I will link in the description, or there's also a blog which I'll put in the description. But basically, the players are necromancers who are in control of zombie armies, and the zombies are represented by psychics, and they have some special powers. Most of the rules of the game are the same as normal. There is an additional win con, which we'll explain later, and the zombie dice, the undead dice, which are sidekicks and also undead tokens, have some special powers, which I will explain when the time is right. The guys have rolled off, and who won? I wasn't listening. Rick,
Dan won and wanted to go second.
Okay, all right. So we're on Rick's screen, and I will try to explain any important cards as we play. So we'll just crack on. So, gentlemen, take it away.
Okay. I will start off with buying a Kang Bastard.
So this is the Kang, which probably has Swarm, I imagine.
Yes.
Yeah. Okie dokie.
All right. So I'll field a sidekick, Becky a thrown brick, and then turn to you.
Okay. I will buy Lita Bastard.
Wow. Lita is the one that fills all the sidekicks, I guess.
Yeah,
Yes.
when you get to choose.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I'll Becky a Kevin Owens, and then buy another thrown brick outright, and turn to you.
Okay.
What does Kevin Owens do? He's the one that makes you...
He's like a nowhere. Yeah, you get to
okay.
put it back on the card, but instead of a one more, you can do up to two more.
Oh, okay. But it's just in the use pile, not
Just
in
used,
the field,
not-
right?
I will refill my bag. 3, 4. I will keep this as is.
I'm always amazed when people roll characters first time.
I never trusted it. Yes. So.
Dan is the one person who consistently rolls worse than me.
Yeah, I usually assume they'll get it back the second time. Man, Nick the other night re-rolled 7 characters in the field on a Captain Marvel, and 6 of them came back.
Anyway, I fielded Lita, bought a Plague Marine, and Bastard.
Okay. Nice one. You might want to twist your camera ever so slightly.
Yeah, I noticed it was a bit sharp. Is it good now?
Yeah, it seems good from what I can see. Yeah.
Okay.
Back, refill. Three out. 4 out. Reroll the Kevin Owens. You get it on a double burst.
Ooh.
So I will.
So I guess we're going to find out what Kevin Owens does now, right?
Yep. I'm going to. I haven't really gone to the good stuff yet. But I guess I just will. I'll spend 4 on an Angela. Play Kevin Owens, put it back to get a Moon Knight with a double burst. And I'll prep this one, and I'll pass priority and pass through.
Okay, so it's up to 2 more. So you just did it 1 more, right?
Yep. And you could even do less. Like you could trade a 5 for a 1 or
Oh,
whatever.
right, okay.
Yeah.
And the double burst allows you to prep, or was that?
To prep, yep, single or double burst, any burst.
Okay.
Any spark.
Yep. 3 out. 4 out.
Good lord. Straight out with the king. So we haven't really got into the attacking yet for the benefit of the viewers at home, which is where the special rules of this format come into play. The only thing that you've missed is that on the first 2 turns, they're not allowed to attack each other, which they weren't planning to do anyway, I don't think. So it's just each player's first turn instead of just the first turn.
I will reroll the Kang though for an energy. And I will buy a Mankind.
Ooh.
And I will field a single sidekick.
Right, let's just find out what Mankind does. See the prep
I've
one?
got the Mankind, Mr. Foley's baby boy. He has tag out.
Oh, okay. And the Loki scepter is representing...
Yeah, I've misplaced my the Mankind die, so I'm using Loki's scepter, which is as a proxy die, which is basically a mask action die, which is a clear level for level.
Yep, good. So we're all very happy to accept proxies here in Dice Fight. Cool. Rick, you might still want to twist your mat slightly so that Walk with Elias comes up away from you slightly. Stop. That's pretty much fine.
Perfect.
Great.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, and then yes, I will pass turn.
Okay. 4. Is that a level 3 leader, 2 defense?
No, it's a level 1. No, level 2 leader.
Oh, okay. So still 1 defense.
Yes.
And I will. See what I can do. Pretty good. I'll field 2 sidekicks. Spend 3 for another Kevin Owens. I'll do a brick off your sidekick zombie.
Okay.
An empty bag, so I'll refill these. And then I'll pass priority to you.
I will pass it back.
And I'll pass turn.
Okay.
Doesn't Brick prep if it doesn't get knocked out?
Well, yeah, it's a 2/2 zombie, isn't it? It shouldn't be knocked out.
No, the sidekicks. Yeah, we should explain. The sidekicks are regular as normal stats.
Oh, they just do 2/2?
No, they have. Sorry, go on, Rick.
Oh, it's the tokens that are 2/2. I see.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Well, then I'll do it to your leader then.
Okay.
Put this back in
Perfect.
So I'll just explain maybe at this point that the special thing about this format mainly is that sidekicks are undead. They represent the zombies which are trying to overwhelm the opponent. They have their regular attack stats, but they do special things when they attack. But I think I'll explain that when the time comes. We'll go back to it for now.
Man, that would have made Shocking Grasp that much more shocking.
I will pay 1 to field Lita once more. Again on level 2. I will buy a second Mankind.
Okay.
I think, to be fair, knocking out Lita was not the worst thing to do.
Nope. Would have done the same. Pass priority.
Back to you.
And pass turn.
Okay. Now it back. 4 out. Kevin Owens, Moon Knight, Throne Brick. Pretty good. I just need to get him in the field. It's good. There is 4/2. Wonderful. Well, that's okay. I can go to the text stuff and I can use them. I will, I guess, knock out your leader again. And then, I know, no magic for either of us.
I wonder if anyone has ever triggered Lita. It just gets knocked out every single time.
I'll pass priority to you.
I will pass it back.
I'll be pushing with a 1/1 to put my Moon Knight into used. No, how you declare blockers.
I will block it with my 1/1 sidekick.
Right,
Okay.
can I just explain at this point that so Dan has, at the end of the main step, the unfielded character Moon Knight goes into the use pile, which presumably he's going to use his Kevin Owens die on later. And as regards the sidekicks, they're undead, but when undead are fighting undead, nothing very exciting happens, I don't think, because zombies tend not to infect each other. So again, I'm going to defer the explanation till later. They just behave as normal sidekicks at this point.
Cool. Well, Kevin Owens that into an Doctor Strange outright, and that was, I didn't call it at the beginning of the game, but that is what it's copying as Doctor Strange.
Yeah, sure thing.
And I'll get a double burst prep, which is just a sidekick. Mine will be knocked out as well, and I'll pass turn to you.
Okay.
Okay. I'm pretty sure by this time I had attacked about five times when I was playing against Jayson. I just like attacking.
It's pretty good. Turn though.
Wow. Yeah.
I do have Mankind on level 3 now.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna heal these two. Got 3 energy, which is enough to field a Plague Marine, a Lita on level 3, and a Mankind on level 3.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I will pass priority.
Back to you.
And I will start with a little bit of action. I will swing with a Plague Marine, which does, when it attacks, you may KO a sidekick character die. If you do, Plague Marine deals 1 damage to the KO'd character's die controller. So I will knock out one of your sidekicks.
Okay.
And deal you 1 damage with it.
Alright, 19.
Mm-hmm.
I'll it's a 1. What's the attack on it?
2.
2. 1 defense.
Yep.
I'll knock it. I'll hit it with my zombie guy.
Okay. So this
which means that finally I can explain something.
Yeah.
So when the undead psychic does damage to a character die, obviously the undead psychic is a zombie and its bites are infectious. And so in order to prevent that infection from spreading and the character fully becoming a zombie, you need to remove a die from the non-undead character's card. So
I will remove 1 die and put it aside.
And that goes away from the game. And if you're not able to do that, then the die which is in the field or has been knocked out at the end of the attack step has to be removed from the game, and because it's the last one. And in addition, the opponent who caused this who was the controller of the psychic which did the damage, they get an undead counter in their prep area, which is sort of representing the fact that, in this case, the Plague Marine, if it was the last die on the Plague Marine, they've been sort of converted into a zombie. But that's not happened yet, but that's what would happen if there are no dice left on the card. Anyway, sorry for the interruption. Carry on.
No.
And after that, it's pass turn.
Okay, clear that. 5 in my bag. 4 of them come out. These. Okay, pretty good.
Sidekicks.
I will field 3 sidekicks.
Okay.
I will. What's the defense? I can look, I guess.
Level 3 for Lita, which means 2 defense.
Oh, she does have 2 now. Okay.
Yeah.
I was looking at Mankind. He's a 7. I will. I'm going to spend 3 for Kevin Owens. I'm going to play a double burst Kevin Owens to send it right back to its card to get Moon Knight. I'm going to double burst.
So it's not specific to character dice then, it's any dice, is it? Wow.
Any that's 2 more, yeah, it's pretty good for economy. And then I'll do a throne brick off your Lita this time, which will live. Finally. May not be good for me, but I'll get to prep finally. And then I'll pass priority and pass turn.
Okay.
You want to do some attacking, mate? You can get some damage in.
Not yet. We're gonna.
No.
You're building up for the.
You have a perfect bag next time. Just have to strange. And wait till you see Kevin Owens plus Spider-Man, because he gets a discount, so I could buy him for 1 or whatever, but his card still says 5, so I could literally trade a 1 for a 7. It's pretty.
Blimey. What's the discount? Which Spider-Man is it?
It's the uncommon, where for each active character, each different active character. Oh. So say I was to give him my Moon Knight, my Doctor Strange, and a sidekick, he'd be down to a 2 cost at that point. And he'll have 5 technically written on his card. So.
Yeah.
Okay. I used Lita to field 3 sidekicks.
Sounds good.
Nice.
And then use 3 energy to get another Mankind in, and then pass priority.
Back to you.
And turn.
Okay.
I see some attacking action.
We won't take your bait.
Yet.
Exactly yet. I need to be able to build everything, so could be up to 5 to field everything. So I should probably keep those. Hope that it isn't 5 to field everything. Oh, it's just 1 because I missed it all. I will spend 1 to field Moon Knight.
Who is copying Doctor Strange? Who does what? If you could tell us.
Whenever I use an action, I get to use a copy of that action.
Okay.
But then I'll do a brick. Lita is a 2 defense, you said?
She is.
So I'm going to do a brick off of her, prep this. Not yet, I can't. Do I want to do it yet? 4, 6. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do a brick off of her to empty my use pile, prep 1, and then I'll copy it with Moon Knight and do the second to her.
Nice.
Again to Lita?
Yep.
Okay.
But no prep on that one. And then I'll spend 1. Ooh, better. That's why I couldn't do that. I'll spend 1. I don't want to do this. Yeah, 2 for a throne brick. Oh, that's how I can do it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Use one of these masks for a Kevin Owens. I'm going to Kevin Owens it back to its card to get a Spider-Man. And then I'm going to use the copy to send Spider-Man back to get a Mortarian. And then I'll get 2 bursts out of that, so I'll get to prep 2. And then I'll have 2 more to spend. So I'll spend 2 on my last throne brick. I'll pass priority to you.
I will pass it back.
And I'll just pass turn.
Okay. He's in the bag. Oh, I'll get back here.
Oh,
okay.
Later.
I will field. I will start at paying 1 to field Mankind on level 3 again. Then I've got 2 energy left, which I will. Won't use. I will Pass priority.
Back to you.
Hush!
Kill.
And I will swing with 4 sidekicks.
Yes, there we go.
I'll block 3 of them.
Okay,
and,
so
take wound.
I'm just going to explain what happens. So 3 psychics are blocking and nothing, obviously. Zombies versus zombies, nothing special happens. They knock each other out. As usual. The 4th, because Rick has 4 psychics and Dan had only 3, so the 4th one will go unblocked. Now, unlike when a zombie sidekick damages a character die, something slightly different happens when it damages the opponent. So when it would do combat damage to the opponent, which is the case here, the opponent has to choose whether... It's like basically the zombie sidekick is biting your opponent, and they can resolve that in one of 2 ways. They can take the bite, and they get a bite wound. And this is the alternate win con that we mentioned earlier. If they get a total of 5 bite wounds, they die. They've lost and their opponent wins. The alternative to taking the bite wound is to basically you take a machete and you cut out the infected bit of zombie where you've been bitten by the sidekick, and in doing so you lose 2 life, but you don't take the bite wound. And in both of those cases, the psychic doesn't do its normal combat damage to the opponent. So you basically choose between losing 2 life permanently, also reduces your max life by 2, or you take a bite wound. So what did you do, Dan, in the end?
I took the wound to start.
Okay, so Dan has 19 life, I'm guessing, and 1 wound, as represented by those dice. Excellent, thank you.
Yeah, so the zombie dice will deal normal damage, right? As well. So he took 1 damage and 1 bite.
No, they don't do their normal damage. They do regular damage to other dice, but they don't do their combat damage to your opponent.
Right. Okay, so this one will go to the use pile, and these 3 will go to the prep area.
Yeah,
cool.
And then Pester.
Okay, 1 in the bag. Refill. 3 Doctor Strange and 2 actions.
So sorry, just before you go on, we've forgotten slightly, Rick, your camera's out of focus, but when a psychic die, which is an undead character, damages your opponent, we failed to mention that they also have recruit, which means that Rick gets to field. Recruit basically means that you field a character as specified by the recruit ability, which is psychics in this case.
Yep.
So when the psychic damages the opponent, it itself obviously goes to use as normal, but it brings another undead onto the field, so that you get this sort of massing army of zombies. So Rick, if he had a psychic in the right place, which I guess he did.
Yeah, I have a sidekick in the reserve pool, which then I can recruit to the field.
Exactly.
Cool.
So you can do that from reserve or from used or from the reserve pool, but not bag or out to play.
Yeah, cool.
Sorry, Dan, over to you.
All right. 1 action.
Blimey, that's a lot of dice.
1 another way. Need these. You get Doctor Strange and both my actions. So this is
That's going to be some fun.
I'll spend... He's on his low side, so I'll spend a mask to field him. Field a sidekick for free. I'm going to... This is a single burst. Alright. They're both huge, so that's not fun. What's my prep situation? 4 in my bag. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna spend 3. Yeah, 3 on a Kevin Owens. I'm going to play a Kevin Owens to send it back to the card to get a Spider-Man, and then I'm going to copy that ability with Moon Knight to start to send that back to turn this into a Grodd. I'm going to... I could do it again with Doctor Strange, but then I'd be turning the Grodd into...
Thanos.
Yeah, and I don't even know if that's the way I should have done that. Oh, because I should have used my other one, but I guess I'll just get the prep. If you don't mind, I'll use the other one just so I can prep 2 dice when I do that.
I wouldn't mind.
No,
Okay.
I can't use the other one. And then I'm going to...
Because that one had a burst, I'm assuming.
Yeah, the one I started to use didn't. I couldn't see what
okay.
the other one did.
Okay.
The other one did have a single burst on it. And then I'll do my first thrown brick off your mankind, prep a die, copy it once with Moon Knight, so prep another die.
This is horrible.
Doctor Strange, prep another die. Then I will do my second to the same mankind just to prep that. I have nothing else to prep, but I'm going to do the other 2 damage, 1 to mankind again, and then 1 to your sidekick to kill it. And then I will, as silly as this sounds, as much as James will hate it, I'm going to pass priority. And then pass turn, because I'm very well set up for next turn.
Okay.
Okay, I will clear. Put 2 in the bag. I will refill. Put 2 more.
Yeah, the problem with this combo is fitting actual win cons onto your team after you've done all the other stuff.
Well, rolling lots of dice is always fun.
Yep.
As Ben says, forget about the win con, concentrate on the ramp.
Yep.
I pay 2 to field Lita on level 2. 3, sorry. 2 sidekicks added with it. I will pass priority.
Back to you.
You know what? It sounds like you're gonna have a big turn, so I'm gonna swing with both mankind and 2 sidekicks.
Okay. I'll block. Your mankind's a 3/7.
They are 2/7.
2/7. I'll block 1 with a 5/3. I'll block. Keep him. I'll block 1 of your sidekicks with a sidekick, and the other sidekick with a 4/6 Doctor Strange.
Okay. So 1 mankind will go through, right?
Yep.
Then after blockers, I will flip the attacks defense of mankind, making him a 7/2.
Okay, I'll flip him back to a 2/7.
Okay, and then I will tag out the blocked mankind to give it +2/+2, dealing you at least for damage.
Okay, nice. So I'll take the 4. I'll lose a die from my Doctor Strange card.
Yep, because that was blocking a sidekick. If you'd blocked with the Moon Knight, you probably would have had to lose Moon Knight entirely, right? Because he's just 1 die, I guess.
Yep, exactly. So I had to either block mankind or block.
So 1 sidekick was blocked, and the other was.
1 did it to me, and I'm going to take a 2nd wound from that.
Oof, 2 wounds, and how many life?
And
15 down to 15.
Okay.
And I will recruit another sidekick then.
Excellent.
Okay.
And that is it. Pass turn.
Okay, empty bag.
Let's see this huge number of dice.
All right, 4 ones of Kevin Owens. Need a. Okay. Good. 1. Those. He could be a 2. He could be a 2. So I only need 4 to field both of them. Keep those. I think I'm just gonna go for it because.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't need Kevin Owens again. Let's reroll. roll these. Oh, I'm not of the. Yeah, I think.
What does Grodd do?
He makes everybody have to attack and get +1/+1. So I have to clear. I have to attack with my whole field, but if he keeps Grodd in the field, then he has to attack with his whole field.
Right.
Seemed like a fairly green, without bringing static field. It's a fairly green, chaotic thing. I'll field 3 sidekicks. I'm going to spend 1, 2, and 1. I don't want to drag this out because I think I have enough to do everything. To field both of those, I'll do a total of 3 thrown bricks, getting to prep off the first 1, and I'll do the total of 3 damage to both of your characters.
Okay, both up.
And then I'd be attacking with my field, which would be 5 + 1, 6, 5, 11, 2, 4, 6, 17, 8.
The sidekicks won't deal damage, they leave bite wounds, right?
Oh, good point. 25 minus 6.
25
plus 8. So I'll get 19, 27 total damage will be coming at you.
Good God, what?
Well, at least I will take a few bite wounds, so...
Let's top that up. So the Moon Knight, does he have Doctor Strange's stats as well?
Nope, just his own. Okay. But he's a 5, but he gets +1 because of Grodd.
Okay, so he's a 6. So Doctor Strange is a
4 + 1, so he's a 5. There's
11.
Mortarian's a 7 + 1, so that's 19.
19.
Grodd is a 7 + 1.
Yeah, that's enough, isn't it? 27.
Yeah, 27. Beautiful card.
And
if it doesn't bite you back.
Yes, that's horrible. Oh. Well, it seems that Dan managed to win without too much zombie shenanigans going. It was more sort of Grodd versus
surprise Grodd.
Surprise!
I do have an actual surprise Grodd team. I use collector, rare collector, and I save 4 energy, with a fist or whatever. And then on their turn, I bring in my Grodd on defense, forcing them to attack with their whole field. And then I just let it through or whatever. And then they empty field the next turn. So
nice.
But I can't do that anymore because there's no more collector.
Oh, yeah.
The Guardian's collector.
Yeah, not that you can use on your opponents too. No. Well, okay. Thank you very much, fellas. I think we saw a little bit of zombie action. We saw what the format has to offer. When I played against Jayson, I just threw my psychics repeatedly at Jayson until one of us died. But I did play with Blob as well, which was a terrible. We banned it because it was just Blob Wars all over. But what we did see a good example of, I think, is the sort of dice fight green, because Dan's team was, it in the end it was horrible, but it took a while to get there. It took a lot of build up, and the ramp mechanism was very interesting. So I think that exemplifies green pretty well, in fact.
That's good to hear.
Rick, did you feel slapped about, or did you feel suitably greened?
It was suitably green. It was. We talked about the ramp engine of Dan last week, and I was just very curious to see how it works. It's just amazing. And in the meantime, I was just trying stuff out, and, which fits green perfectly. You can try out new stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
Get things going. And
what do you think of the zombies?
I like zombies.
Yes, who doesn't like zombies?
I would definitely try this again, and with a slightly more, a little bit more Fallout team, because now I have like 4 different kinds of ramp, which I use, I think, none of. So that could have been improved, but outside of that, it's a fun format. It changes the game in a fun way, and it allows me to play with some zombie tokens in the meantime.
Indeed. Okay. I think we should stop there. So thank you, everybody. Thank you to you two, and thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I hope that was interesting. I'll put some useful links in the description, and if you have any questions, as ever, don't forget to ask in the comments. And please like, subscribe, and share and stuff like that. Thank you very much. Take care, and bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye bye.